Hello my people, welcome to Vietnam Insider Guide, and in today's video we have a guest in our midst. So he's going to share his life experience with us. So stay with me in this video as I interview our guest. Thank you so much for joining me. It's good to have you, sir. So what's your name and where are you from?
All right, my name is Vincent. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from the Eastern region precisely.
Great.
I'm an Igbo man.
Igbo man.
Yes.
Yeah, great. So okay, so the second question is, what do you do for a living here in Vietnam, and how long have you been living?
Well, I'm an English teacher, and also I'm a rector, meaning I'm into real estate here in Vietnam. So I do English teaching part-time, and I also involve in real estate here also part-time. All right.
Okay. So the third question is, how did you go about finding the English teaching job? Any particular challenges or surprises along the way that challenges you encountered personally?
Well, of course, to every success there is there are challenges. Here in Vietnam, it's not really easy getting a job. I came in here. Luckily, I met a friend. He's a Ghanaian actually, and the guy assisted me and got me a job. So it's a good thing, you know. So I didn't pay a dime for it. But talking about challenges, it's not really easy for most people. Here, to get a job, people will ask you to pay exorbitant amount to get you a job, some $200, some $500. And oftentimes, even when you pay, you still don't get a job. So the challenges is so high. And also coming to the aspect of in your place of work, there's always a priority. Some will prioritize native speakers to non-native.
Nope.
You know, they will tell you you are not a native speaker. That means you're not an American. You're not from Britain. You know, you're not from Australia. You're not South African. So they feel those people from childhood they speak English, so they know the nitty-gritties of English. You know, so they prioritize native speakers to non-native speakers. And also another factor is skin color. You know, they also prioritize skin color. As long as you have a black skin, they feel you're a bad market. Let me use that word, because when some parents comes maybe to school to see how their kids are faring and see a black man in class teaching, they wouldn't want to pay. You know, they wouldn't want to pay the same amount they pay when a white skin color teacher is teaching. You know, so there's a whole lot of issues here, but regardless, we are pushing. You know, we are pushing. As long as you know what you're doing, as long as you're good, when you come to class, you speak properly, your accent is good, you wouldn't have any problem. Okay, so the issue will only come when on the process of getting the job. As long as you've gotten the job, I don't think you have any problem. Yeah, you just fire.
All right, thank you so much for that. So our next question is, what are the available jobs here in Vietnam for foreigners, especially those from Africa? Because I hear a lot of news that some say there are construction jobs, some say there are shipping jobs, some say it's only teaching jobs available. So I want to hear from you. What job do you think that are available here in Vietnam?
All right. To be honest, here, according to the law, the available job for foreigners here in Vietnam is teaching. Yeah, that is true. The available job for foreigners here by law is teaching. You know, there are a couple of jobs. You can get factory job. Yeah. You can also work in a hotel. But the problem is language. Yeah, language barrier. Like, for example, there's this particular thing I saw somewhere. So I had wanted to learn. That skill. I love the skill. When I saw what they do, how they rebrand, you know, the machines, and I had interest. So I approached the manager. I said, please, can you please teach me? Just weekends are becoming weekends. I want to learn. You know, and the manager looked at me and said, I would have loved to teach you, but the problem is I cannot hear your language and you cannot hear mine. I smiled. Yeah, because that is a fact. So when you are working in a factory, how will you communicate? How will you be able to know how to operate this, operate that? If you want to work in a marketing firm, how will you be able to approach customers? How will you be able to convince them to buy markets? That's the problem. there are a couple of places where we can work. So, if really, my advice is this: if you're coming to Vietnam and you think you want to work, maybe in a factory, maybe in some other organizations apart from teaching, I will advise you go learn Vietnamese. So, as long as you learn Vietnamese, I'm sure you make a whole lot of money here. There is a lot of opportunities in Vietnam. The problem is language barrier.
Thank you so much. I also thought of that. If someone can learn Vietnamese, so the next question is, in terms of compensation, benefits, and salary, what do you think, or how much do you think someone that is teaching English in Vietnam can earn?
Well, as a starter, for starters, you can get $800. Yeah, for starters, you can get $800, and that's the least you can get here in Vietnam. Yeah. And will I say maximum? Maximum for non-natives is $2,500. Yeah. So for native speakers, they get as much as $4,000 here in Vietnam. Yeah. So when you're not non-native, as you're starting, some will start with $1,000, right? Some will start with $900. But the least offer you can get as a teacher here in Vietnam is $800. Even when you are as a part-time, maybe you do 2 hours, 1 hour 30 minutes, or 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour 30 minutes. In a month, you can get up to $1,200.
What about the benefit? Is there other benefit?
Yeah, there are a lot of benefits, but the benefit is limited when you are a non-native. Okay, let me talk about non-native. The benefit is most schools will give you accommodation. Yeah, and also there's always a holiday package. Yeah, and work permits. Some schools will say, okay, we are going to sponsor work permits, maybe half, you pay half. While some schools will say, okay, we are going to do the work permit for you, then deduct it from your salary gradually. Maybe we will spread it like 6 months, they will remove it from your salary. Okay, so a whole lot of benefits. Which other benefits? Yeah, some schools, if they don't provide accommodation for you, they will give you a certain amount. Maybe some in a month they will give you they will add maybe $100 so that you can support for your school your accommodation. Yeah, while also some will also give you a certain amount of money for your transport. So it depends on the particular organization that have you employed. But there is no organization, there is no school in Vietnam that will employ any teacher without some couple of benefits. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So lastly, I heard people coming with e-visa and they are stranded. We hear a lot of news that why did you come with e-visa if you want to come and work? And there are a lot of news ongoing. So what will be your advice, or what is your advice for someone that is planning to come to Vietnam to work?
Coming to Vietnam to work, being stranded, well, I think it's coming. We have different reasons. Some come to Vietnam without having a certificate. And the good thing is, if you want to travel, you make a couple of research. You research. When you go to Facebook, there are a lot of groups in Vietnam. We have Nigerians in Vietnam. We have Hanoi, Niger boys in Hanoi. We have a lot of groups in Vietnam that you can actually maybe drop a message and a lot of people will comment, give you insights. So by the time you ask questions, you will be guided on what to do and how to do what you want to do. You understand? So I'm coming here with one-way tickets. Okay? And coming in one-way tickets, you don't have intention of moving out from the country to another country. To me, if you are thinking of coming to Vietnam with one-way ticket, it should be in the aspect of, okay, maybe by the time I move into Vietnam, I want to migrate. I want to move to Canada, or I want to move into New Zealand, or I want to go to Australia, I want to go to Thailand, I want to go to Malaysia. All those countries are available here. All right? Yeah. With tourist visa, you have a 3-month tourist visa, and you want to move into Canada, it's possible here. You want to move into Australia, New Zealand, there are other countries that you can comfortably submit your application in the embassy. Just go to any embassy. The good thing about Vietnam is that when you come here, there's a lot of opportunities here. When you go to any embassy, They will attend to you. They will tell you the requirement, things you need. All you need to do is to have the document provided, submit. If those documents are genuine, they will grant you visa. Even most of the embassies here, when you go there, it's empty. Yeah, like there are some countries I will not mention. If I go there for a visa, in less than 24 hours, I get the visa. All right. So these are some benefits you get here. Unlike when you are in Africa, that when you go to immigration, you see crowd, you see line up. Even when you submit Canada application, it will say like 3 months before you get a response. But it's not here. Their processing time is very short. Some of them, you 24 hours, they give you visa. Some 1 week. You know. So if you are coming in here and you want to travel, so what it means is that you can come in with one way ticket. But when you are coming here, you want to work in Vietnam for 3 months, and you're coming in one way ticket, it's going to be a problem. Because by the time you work 1 month, not 3 months, as long as the visa expires, the company will tell you to leave because your visa has expired. And by the time you are out of the company, you'll be frustrated. To go back, you don't have flight ticket to go back. And of course, flight ticket is very expensive. So it's going to be a lot of problem. And people will find out, at the end of the day, find out you don't have money. You start calling Nigeria to raise you money. So it's a problem. So there are a lot of reasons why people get stranded here in Vietnam. Most of those reasons is people comes in with one-way tickets, not having a mind of migrating to another country. People comes in here having in mind that they're going to get a factory job immediately. When you come in here, you don't get a factory job. All right? Or even when you get a factory job, you work just for 2 months and the company will push you out. Why? Because you don't have the visa. And also, it's also very hard to even get a factory job because you cannot speak Vietnam. So a whole lot of reasons. So by the time you find out that you cannot get a job because what you actually came for is to do menial job, and those menial job you need language. Like I have a lot of companies who give who is employing. There are a lot of companies here recruiting for buildings. They need laborers for buildings, factories. But the issue is they will always ask me, the people you bring, did they know it? Can they speak Vietnam? By the time I say no, they cannot speak Vietnam. He said no. So it's a problem. So that is the reason why there is no job. Okay, so coming in here, if you're coming into Vietnam, it must be that you want to teach English, or you want to buy goods, you want to buy products here, because products are very cheap. There are a lot of products that you can get here very cheap, that take them to Nigeria, take them to anywhere in Africa, sell them and make your money. Or you are coming in here to live to another country. These are the 3 reasons why you must come to Vietnam. Is it that you come to teach English, or you come to buy goods here, sent to Nigeria or anywhere in Africa, or you are coming in here to move to another country.
Okay. But lastly, to add to this, is it possible for someone to get a job while in Nigeria before moving, then probably come in with a business visa instead of e-visa?
Is it possible? What?
Is it possible for someone to get an English teaching job while in Nigeria? Maybe check online, apply online, get it before moving to Vietnam. Is it possible?
Yeah. I have few friends like that. I have one that worked the same school where I was doing my part-time. The first school, the very first place I got employment. I had one Ghanaian. Yeah, she actually applied online.
While in Ghana?
Yeah. She applied online, and the school sent invite to her, and she came. You understand? So it's just that recently there's a lot of teachers on ground. So getting such offer now is a little bit hard. But with grace, nothing is impossible. Okay? But unlike before, a lot of schools here were looking for teachers, especially from Africa, because they feel the natives, the salary is so high, so they're looking for non-natives. You know, so that they will have natives and they also have some non-natives, so that they will balance their financial strength in the school. But now there is a lot of teachers on ground looking for a teaching position. So I don't think it will be that easy now when you are in Africa and you are applying to schools. I don't think, but I'm sure
It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time with you so far. I've learned a lot and a lot from your experience. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. Also share it to your loved ones if you like the video. So for more tips, for more travel hacks, please hit that subscribe button. We're going to be doing more of those videos to educate you people. Thank you so much. Bye.